Lizzie is here. Lizzie, how you doing?
I'm doing great, Dom. How are you?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. I'm so excited. Yeah, so we're doing this on Instagram Live right now for the video listeners. So yeah, I'll just jump into some questions. So the
Okay.
thing people want to know, first off, is do you have any interaction or is there any status with Scott?
Think I'm crazy? No, I have no interaction with Scott. The last time I seen him was when I was filming on a TV show out in California. So I think that was like almost over a year ago.
Okay, so not even like friends. You don't keep up with them. You don't. No, just not. Okay. 'Cause I know a lot of people. I was like, I don't think so, but I will ask. Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Scott has a lot of issues and, I'm moving forward in my life. I'm doing good. I'm clean and sober and he's not ready to make that transition yet. And it's sad. It really is. I wish he would get help, but I cannot go backwards in life. I'm just moving forward.
Yeah. No, I'm glad to hear that. Now you talked about this before, but I think it'd be good to talk about it with these listeners. So did you used Scott for money when you were in prison? I mean, is that correct that you admitted to that, or is there a different side to it?
Well, when I was in prison, I was a heroin addict. And in order to feed my habit, I needed cash, obviously.
Right.
And so Scott provided me with that cash. I did let Scott know the truth that I was a heroin addict and that he was buying heroin for me in prison. And he was okay with that. And so, I mean, honestly, I needed somebody to supply me with my drug and money use that supply.
Right. And then how much, and he wasn't the only person, right, that you were getting money from. How much money in total did you get from men while you were in prison?
So while I was in prison, I made over $800,000. And that's without having sex with men. Yeah, I know, right?
800, over 800,000.
Yeah, and so I'm writing a book about it. I'm working on a book. I'm actually working on a book right now. The thing about working on a book is that I'm doing my whole life story, to get up to the point is how I learned all these skills to make $800,000 in prison without giving up the punana. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I know a lot of women want to know how to do that, right?
Wow, 800. Okay, now how many men helped you get to that total of 800,000? Like, how many men is that?
I think over the course of 10 years, there was probably about 20 different men. About 20.
20. So 8 grand. What is that? Eight? Is that no?
No.
Or no, 4. I don't know what it is. I can't do the math. But yeah.
Yeah, and I'm horrible at math too. That's why we have calculators.
It's a lot of money. Yeah, 800,000. So I mean, what is the skill? It's just you flirt with them.
If I tell you the secret, Dom, then I don't need a book, right? You're gonna have to read the book and find out what the skill is.
I want to do this. Yeah, I want to learn Lizzie's skills.
Right?
Okay, but you're writing a book that's telling you, is it 40,000 each? Thank you guys. I can't do math. Okay. So you're writing a book basically telling your story, and it's a tell-all. Is that the idea?
It is a tell-all, no hold bars. There's my childhood, how I grew up and everything. And the thing about writing a book is I blocked a lot of stuff. This is why I did drugs and everything, is because there's bad stuff that happened in my life, as a young age. And so I blocked all this stuff. And now I'm opening up all these doors that I blocked for so many years. And it's rough. It's hard to write a book. I mean, it really is, because you're going deep down into the stuff that you've been blocking for years, and you got to relive it. You got to go through it. So
now
it's going to be a great book.
Did you have a ghostwriter, or is it actually you typing this out?
I'm actually writing it myself.
Oh, you're okay. Oh, you're writing it yourself. That's difficult. People don't realize how difficult it is to format, a book.
No, I mean, I took a lot of college classes in English. I liked English, You know, everybody's like, why don't you write? You know, and it's hard because what you got to do is you got to like, you know, I can tell you the story, but how do you put the story into words as I'm telling you it? You know what I mean? Like the action and the thought and like how I feel, and it's pretty hard.
Now, are you dating anyone right now?
I just started a relationship, but he is not ready for the public yet, you guys. Okay, so sorry. We're gonna wait to see how it works out. I mean, I just started it a couple of weeks ago. We're gonna see how it works out, and then I will introduce him to the public.
Okay. So you said, did you say a few weeks ago? Is that what you said?
Yes, yeah, a few weeks ago. It's brand new. It's a brand new relationship. He's a very nice guy, you know, a great guy, you know, more my age. So
Okay.
it should work out.
Now, we're in quarantine. Is this someone local, or did you meet him online, or is it?
Well, I'm in Wisconsin, and I mean, I don't know, you're in Chicago, right?
The show airs out of Chicago. I'm actually in Virginia right now, but yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah.
So, well, Wisconsin is pretty much open. Wisconsin Dells is open. Everybody's walking around. Some people have face masks on or not, you know, and so yeah, it's you know, I actually met him in the Dells. So, yeah, it's open. Like, you know, it's not like, I don't know, the quarantine thing. I don't think Wisconsinites are really worried about it. I guess is that right to say?
Yeah. Now they're commenting on how great you look. I mean, are you what are you doing different? You have a glow. I mean, are you doing?
I have.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah. Everyone's saying how good you look. Did you do some things like different with your hair or with your body?
natural hair. This is me natural. You know, no extensions, nothing like that. I decided to go natural for the summer. And the lighting.
Delighting.
Just kidding. No, I've been just eating healthier. I'm doing the keto diet. I'm, you know, working out. You know, I'm just like doing healthier things. You know what I mean? And you know, I'm gonna be 43 August 28th, so I really need to like, you know, keep in shape and stay in shape. You know what I mean? Because it goes downhill. You know what I'm saying?
I'm going to be 42 this year. I understand. So,
Right.
so this guy that can you say where you met this new guy? Did you meet him in person or?
I just met him in Wisconsin Dells, and that's all I'm saying.
Okay, Wisconsin. So he's a local. He's a local guy.
Yeah.
Okay,
Hmm.
gotcha. Um, okay, guys. I know I'm going to get to the questions in the question box in just one second. But did you like what is going on now? And I think I saw you address this on your social media where people are asking what's going on as far as your future in the show Love After Lockup. So, so what are you going to be doing with that?
Okay, well, I am going to be on a Love After Lockup. It's a special velvet. No, it's a special series. It's called Love After Lockup: The Confessions, The True Confessions, and that airs July 3rd on WeTV. So I did some filming for that. And it's kind of like a mini series while we are in quarantine. So I got my cat trying to attack my foot right now. So sorry.
Suffer through. Okay, so July 3rd, it's a quarantine special.
Yeah.
After Lockup, but it is going to air on. It's not like released to the app or something. It's going to air on the network, right?
It is on TV. It airs July 3rd. Yes. And it's called True Confessions.
Now, what will that be? What do we see on True Confessions? Is that
It's basically, you know, asking, you know, well, they asked me about the show, like you know, and they want like what I really felt, what really happened behind the scenes, stuff like that. So it's pretty cool.
okay? All right. Well, that's awesome. So, did you accused Daniel of using meth earlier this year, and you guys had a feud back and forth with that, correct?
Dan,
Daniel, is that right?
Scott, you mean?
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Yeah,
Who's Daniel?
I do this a lot. Yeah, I'm sorry. I've been switching
Oh,
shows
Daniel? I'm like, I don't know, Daniel. I'm like, did you see something that I don't know?
for me. There's so mmany names. I've been doing these 90-day. I've got a million names I'm trying to figure out. Thank you, Sherry. They're just going to laugh at me. Just let them laugh.
Right. Tell them it's Scott, everybody.
But you accuse. Okay, let me start over. You accused Scott of using meth and had a feud on social media earlier this year. So, did you guys work that a lot? Like, did you work that out?
So Scott is in denial. I'm going to school for a drug and alcohol counselor. I graduate college in December. And with my associates, and I'm going on for my bachelor's. And, the thing about addicts, because I was one, I'm always going to be an addict, but, a using addict, you deny a lot. You make false, illusions in your mind of what's really going on, especially on crystal meth, because I did crystal meth. And so, Scott, he admitted on TV, on national TV, that he was using, drugs. And he said he can't take the drug test. I took the drug test. I passed with flying colors, and he's like, oh, I thought you'd be dirty. Well, why would I be dirty? I'm not using,
Yeah.
And he is, and he couldn't take the drug test. And he admitted, to everybody, to the world, that he was using drugs. And he goes on to social media and everything saying, oh, that was a lie. That was a lie. Why would you admit on national TV where millions of people can see it, and then all of a sudden you're backtracking it, okay? I asked him to get inpatient treatment. I said on TV, can you get inpatient treatment? He's like, no, I can't do that. So you don't want to get help. I can't help you. I can't sit there and be like, okay, let's just take this roller coaster ride together and let's just, because I'm an addict. If it's around me, who knows what would happen? I got to protect myself. I got to stay clean. And me having a boyfriend that does drugs is not me staying clean.
Yeah. No, I'm proud of you. You're right. And I'm proud of you for that because obviously I've never used, but because I've never used, I attract a lot of friends that have, they feel like it's safe. It's like I'm not going to pressure them into it. And I get that, because I realized a lot of my friends are addicts, but I was like, okay, I get it. They don't want to be friends with other addicts, because
Right.
it's a smart move, to make. So I totally get that. We got, let me see, we got hello, everyone. Got a couple this is from Julie Solano, says, how is your relationship with your daughter?
Okay, so my daughter, Jasmine, she lives in Upper Peninsula of Michigan, and we talk every day for about 2 hours a day. And so we have a great relationship. I will be seeing her on 4th of July weekend, so I'll take pictures, everybody. She's going to spend the weekend with me, so that's going to be great.
Okay, awesome. Let me just see. Is it cool if I take some questions from the box?
Yeah, I see them on the screen.
Okay. This is, was he using before her or not till he got with her?
Okay, so Scott brought me in dope in prison. And here's the main question. Everybody, Scott's trying to say, oh, I didn't use until I got with her. But here's the thing. If you're going to bring me in dope in prison, how'd you get the connection for the dope? Like, I mean, you just all of a sudden randomly walked up to some guy and said, hey, do you have an ounce of crystal meth? No. Like, you know what I mean? So, I mean, I would think that he was using when I met him, in prison.
Yeah. No, makes sense. All right. I don't know. I tried your jail food. It's good.
Thanks.
What does that mean?
I have a YouTube channel, and on my YouTube channel, it's Lizzie Kommes, Lizzie, and I make a lot of jail food on there. I also do like cooking. I do, there's a lot of stuff I talk about, like prison suicide, stuff that happened in prison that just shouldn't be talked about in the world. Nobody wants to hear it, but I tell it. I tell it, you know what? This is what happened in prison. Prison is crazy. I mean, I can't believe I'm still alive, honestly. But, you know, it's all on my YouTube channel. So if you guys want to check it out, and, you know, there's Jailhouse Makeup. That is a viral video. You know what I mean? To make makeup out of a magazine and deodorant.
Deodorant. Yeah.
Yeah, magazine. Yeah, you take a magazine with some color, you know what I mean, to make eyeshadow, and then you take the deodorant and it rubs it off, and you can use it as eyeshadow. Mascara is coffee grounds, Vaseline, a little bit of water, and then lipstick you can use as like Kool-Aid. Kool-Aid works really good for lipstick.
Oh, so is that just a thing you do in prison just to like feel normal? Is that the idea, right? Because it's just you and the girls, right, in the prison, but it just is
Right.
feel like some normalcy to get your like.
It is. I mean, you know, especially when you want to go on a visit and you know, you don't want your family, you know, looking at you like, oh, you know, because, you know, a lot of times in the county jails, you don't get a lot of sun, you know, you're kept in a cell. And so it just kind of makes your day a little bit more happier.
Yeah. Oh, there you go. Yeah, and I see when you're meeting with your family. That makes sense.
Yeah.
You've overcome the stigma of coming out and being a better person. That's from Dana. She's just,
Well, Dana?
Dana, yeah. She's one of our friends.
Dana, thank you so much. You know, being sober, clean and sober is hard. It's really hard. You know, a lot of people didn't think I'd make it. You know, you know, a lot of people were like, you know, negative against me. But if I can survive what happened to me in my childhood, I can survive anything, honestly. I survived 10 years of prison. I mean, I think, you know, God puts us in places, you know, that makes us stronger for our future. And so, yeah, I can't believe I'm driving a forklift. I used to be a stripper. Like, that's what I can't believe. Like, seriously, like me driving a forklift. Come on now. Yeah, but huh?
Is that your driving a forklift? Is that
Yeah, I'm a factory worker. I drive a forklift. How do you not know this, Dom?
you know what it is? When the last time we did the interview, I was super focused and I was doing one a week. But now
Right.
this Instagram thing, I'm doing like 4 interviews a week, and I don't know what's going on. I mean, yeah,
Okay.
I know because we interviewed on the radio show last year, and then I've always followed you, and now
Yeah.
So forklift, your forklift at a factory, and you obviously, yeah. Oh, that's awesome. And do you like it?
I like the people I work with. I love the company I work for. We actually filmed there for the TV show, so they allowed that and everything. So yeah, I do like Portage Plastics. That's where I work. Okay, no stalkers, you guys. No stalkers.
Don't come to the factory and stalk her.
But if you do, I will do a meet and greet, just so you know.
Yeah, on the forklift. Okay, let me see if you could read that.
So much better than Scott, and it's heartbreaking to see you trying to help him, as I come from a family of addiction. Yeah.
Oh.
A lot, you know, the thing about Scott is, you know, he likes to embellish. I'm not going to say a lie because that's kind of mean, and I'm not trying to be mean to Scott. You know, I have no hard feelings towards Scott. He said a lot of bad things about me on a couple interviews, and I get it because I used to be an addict. I used to embellish a lot. I did, you know, and so I get where he's coming from. I understand it, you know. I even contacted the producers one day and I said, hey, can we get him into treatment? And they said, well, they'll talk to him. So maybe he refused treatment, but I really wanted to help him out.
Awesome. Okay. This is Dana again. Dana lives in Illinois. Would love to do a meet and greet with Lizzie in Wisconsin. Are you doing that? Are you scheduling like a tour or different times?
Yeah, just tell Dana to DM me on my Instagram. And I will, you know, we could do it in the Dells somewhere. I mean, you know, if anybody wants to meet and greet, we could maybe make one place, see how many people. I don't know. I mean, not really. I mean, you know, if somebody wants to meet and greet me and they're in the Dalles, I'm more than happy to. I'm only 15 minutes away from the Dalles, and I will drive there for them.
Now, for those that are in the Midwest, are you saying what is it called? The Dells?
Wisconsin Dells.
Wisconsin Dells. Is that?
Oh, okay. So Wisconsin Dells is like this big tourist place, water parks, everything. It's a lot of fun there.
Okay, cool. Sorry, I've never been to Wisconsin. I'm missing out.
You gotta take a trip. You should meet me.
Your story is so inspiring. Sometimes you have to go through bad things to save others. Wish you all the best.
Oh, thank you so much. Yes. I think with my book, it's really going to save people's lives because a lot of people don't know what I've been through in order to get where I am today. And if I can just literally just help one person, I did my part. That's it. I'm just looking to help maybe one person, and I try to do that every day.
All right. What's the hardest adjustment you've had to make since getting out of prison? From Ben Pine.
Okay, the hardest adjustment is the pay cut. I remember the first time I got my paycheck from Portage Plastics, and it was only like $350. I'm like, what am I gonna do with this? With $350? And I'm used to making, like 1,000 or something like a day, and I'm just like, how do you, because I went into prison, I was making buku bucks, and I didn't learn how to save. I always had money. So I come out of prison and I have to learn how to save. I have to learn how to budget. I have to learn how to do all these skills that I never did before. And so that was probably the hardest thing, is trying to get my mindset around, hey, I can't just go for the weekend and spend like a couple grand, you know what I mean? Because it's like I'm not going to have any money left over. So that was the hardest transition.
Yeah. Wow. That's funny statement to make. Like, now that I'm out, I got to learn how to live broke, or
right.
need to go back.
I know, isn't it crazy? Like, how do you do it? There's people that, I make it work now, but in the beginning I was like, because I was spending money on makeup I didn't need, all this stuff I didn't need, I really didn't. Velvet? No, come here. Velvet, over here. Velvet, come here, not near the camera. Velvet, look what I got. Look what I got. Come on, get away from it. She's so evil. No. She's not evil. She's just very curious about everything. And if there's a camera, she wants to get in it.
Oh, okay. And then what? Yeah. You spend all that money while you're in jail. What do you do? Right. Like, does it go? It just goes into is it your jail account? Like $800,000. Where exactly?
Oh no. So what you do is you get laundering money in prison. Here we go. So what you do is you get Green Dot, prepaid cards, and you get the card number, you give it to your dope dealer in prison, and then they take the money off of it and put it on their card. So that's pretty much it.
$1,000, or did you? You did? Did you save?
Did I what? No, Dom. I put it all in my arm. Right there. That's what I.
Oh, you did.
I was an IV drug user in prison. I didn't save any of it.
Yeah.
Of course, I had my boxes, my quarterly packages, clothes, stuff like that. But it was, so heroin in prison is like a dime on the street is $100 in prison.
Yeah. Okay.
So.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, I guess I wasn't thinking. Obviously, yeah, you said. So, Lizzie, you look amazing. Keep up the great work, from Mrs.
Thank you.
And what advice would you give to people interested in a relationship with someone in prison? That's a great question.
Okay, so I have a friend, Cecilia, and her husband is Taylor, who is a lifer, and they're on Design Conviction. I just did an interview with her, and I asked her, why did you, write A Prisoner, and why did you want to be in a relationship with this guy? And, at first it started out as pen pals, and then, later on that they, she found out that she's in love with him and everything like that, and I wanted to say, everybody makes mistakes. Just because they're in prison, they're not bad. It's just that the things that you do, like, what have you done that you haven't got caught for? Just think about it. I was in for DUIs. Who drinks and drives, right? Just about everybody.
Yeah.
I mean, you have a couple drinks, you drive, you could get a DUI. 2 drinks, that's all it takes, you know? I think one maybe, you know what I mean? To not pass a breathalyzer or two. But like, you know, it can happen to you. So like when you're sitting there thinking like, oh, prisoners are bad. No. It's just that, you know, we do stuff that you do, but we just got caught at it, you know?
Yeah.
And yeah, some prisoners that are really bad and, you know, that, you know, murdered people and stuff like that. But like Taylor, he was in there, you know, for I think a drug deal gone wrong. And, you know, it's that like, okay, if somebody pulls a gun on you, what are you going to do? You know what I mean? Are you going to, you know, let them shoot you, or are you going to save your life? You know, and it's, you know what I mean? It's just like the situation. What is the situation of the prisoner? You know, and I think, yeah, try a relationship with a prisoner. You know, they ain't cheating. I mean,
Okay. Yeah. So yeah, that's true. You would say that, but it's not. Now, would you let your daughter, if they were going to be in a relationship with someone in prison, right? Would that be an issue?
it would not be an issue with me. It all depends on, you know, the circumstance. Like if she fell in love with this guy, I mean, is he a lifer? Is he coming out? I mean, I did worry about like, have they changed while they were in prison? You know, I mean, or are they going to still do the same shenanigans when they get out? You know, so there is that aspect. But I allow my daughter to do whatever she wants to do. I had to learn that she is an adult. She makes her own mistakes, and, you know, if she was dating a prisoner and it became a mistake, we just learn from it, you know?
Yeah.
Because if you know, keep your kids in a bubble, they're never going to learn. They have to be able to learn and be able to deal with their own, you know, crap that they put themselves in.
Let me ask about some of the other couples on the show. So, what are your thoughts? You watch the show, obviously. Sometimes I talk to people on reality TV, and they just watch their clips. Like, do you watch the full season and everyone else's storyline?
I did. I watched my season one that I was on, season two, and then Life After Lockup. I watched that too, and then I watched a little bit of what was it? It was Brittany and them, and I think not this past one, but the one before that. So like season three.
Okay. Have you watched any of the storyline with Lacey and John and
Yeah,
yeah?
yeah,
So,
yeah.
okay. So, who should Lacey choose in your opinion?
Okay, honestly, okay. Lacey had a relationship with wait, it was Lacey, Sean, and what's the other one?
Lacey, Shane, and John.
John. So John's the one that was in prison, right?
Mhm. Yeah.
Okay. So, but I mean they were both in prison, but John is the ex, right?
Yeah, he was the one that actually had the longer relationship with her. Yeah.
Okay. And so when you have a relationship with your ex and it's not so good, it's not like, I mean, her relationship obviously was ups and downs, kind of chaotic. I mean, that's fun, but if you want something stable, like, why would you go back to something that's not stable? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you know, her relationship with him was really rocky and everything, and it wasn't healthy. And so I believe her and Shane's, I mean, you know, I haven't followed it recently, but from what I see, and it was more a healthier relationship.
So in your opinion, you think Lacey should choose Shane? It seems like
I do.
more stable for her. Okay.
Yeah.
Now you mentioned Brittany and Marcelino. So, are you friends with them, and what are your thoughts on their relationship?
I love, first of all, Brittany is amazing. You know, she just put out a new book, you know, and they're doing great. They have a great family. And, you know, I am, you know, I do talk to Brittany every once in a while on Instagram. And so I think, I mean, they're the success couple that made it, you know what I mean? They're the ones that actually made it and built something beautiful on, you know, getting out an inmate in prison and a guy, you know, who's on the street. And I think it's really great.
Now, what couple in on Love After Lockup do you think is the most toxic?
The most toxic?
Yeah.
Oh, that was me and Scott.
So you think maybe? do you think people were watching that saying these two are
There's a lot that we filmed and that they didn't show because it was just psycho. It really was. It was, yeah. Scott got an anger issue, so it was.
well, since the season's over, can you say like or hint at some of the things like what are some of the things that people didn't get to see between you and Scott?
But there was this huge fight when we were filming in California, and literally he chased me around the house. Like I was hiding and like trying to get away from him and everything. Yeah, and then security had to come in, and yeah.
He's chasing
So that's.
the house to hit you.
I knew what he was trying to do, but I'm not gonna say that. But the security had to come in, and he had to get escorted off the premises.
Does he have a history of being physically abusive with you? I mean, is that
I don't. Yeah, I don't. Yeah,
you
I
don't-
have no, not me. No, he has never hit me.
okay?
But I was afraid. I was very scared, and so yeah, that's just one thing. So yeah, toxic. Yay.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of, look at this, it's all in your head right here, mug. Changing the subject. So yeah, I do have a website too.
All right. So we ask everyone this on the show. So would you ever consider starting an OnlyFans account?
No, no. Everybody wants me to. OnlyFans is, I was gonna do it, and then I realized that it's more catered to like porn stars and people that like to show their goodies. And I'm not about showing my goodies. I do wear revealing tops, stuff like that. I like my boobs. That's because I'm very comfortable in my own skin, but not because I need attention from them. They get tons of attention on their own. So.
Yeah. Now, have you had any plastic surgery, or are those natural?
No, they're fake. Yeah, they're 2009s, so they're like a long time ago. Before I went to prison, they had no play at all. I got them in January. I went to prison in July, so it was like no play.
Now, how many cc's were your implants?
They were D's, and I'm not sure exactly how many cc's, but they were D's. And then when I gained a bunch of weight after I quit the drugs, they went to double D's. So
These.
now they're double D's.
The two.
Yeah. So even if you get a boob job, girls, and you get D's or C's, if you gain weight, they get bigger, just so you know.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. But they're 2009, but they're holding up well. You know what I mean? It's not.
They're actually really good. Dr. Blake in Milwaukee, amazing doctor, made them look real. Feel natural too.
There you go. Even with the miles, they're still, yeah, you can put miles.
Yeah, I know, right? They're like 11 years old, I think, right? 11, let's see, 2009, yeah.
Yeah, that's funny. I'm sorry. You can't, I try to stay in character. So how did you discover the Sarah Young Daily Devotion? Oh, we'll go back to Daily. Okay.
Okay, so here it is. It's Jesus Calling by Sarah Young, everybody. Scott got me it. Yeah, Scott actually got me this book when I was in prison. And I said I wanted a daily devotional book. He went to this little shop in Oxnard. It was a Bible place, and the lady recommended it. So that's I read it every day. I do my Bible study every day. People give me a lot of controversy for the clothes I wear, and then I'm doing Bible study. Okay. Here's the thing, everybody. God knows my heart. He knows where I'm at. He knows, I'm going to heaven. I get to go, finally I get to go. But it's, just because I wear a revealing top or I'm in a swimsuit doesn't mean I'm not godly. Doesn't mean I'm not, doing the right things in life. It's like, it's like when people look at me and they judge me, it's like, what about you? Like, come on now, you got a bunch of dirt on you. I know you do, and it's like, I just don't get it. I don't get why, people gotta be so mean or so cruel, when it's like, there's no need for that. There's enough problems in the world than trying to bash me about my boobs,
I think your boobs look great. Yeah, they're just haters. Yeah. Don't listen to them. Now, did you purchase the boobs or were they a gift?
I bought them myself.
Well,
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, the hater. Yeah, we like the haters. It's fun.
Yeah,
If you don't have,
haters.
yeah,
Yeah, I did on one of my pictures. I said, "Thank you, haters, for all the drama that you cause on my page because it makes it, it does."
don't have haters, and you're probably just you're not big enough. So
Right.
what is your skincare?
So the Olay, the old, Olay pink bottle. You know what I'm talking about? That's it. That's my skincare routine.
Yeah.
I've been using it for years. I do it. I usually don't wear makeup during the day because I work in a factory and it falls off and everything. So I usually don't wear makeup. And then at night I use the cream too. So that's what I use. I use Olay, the old school pink bottle. That's what I use.
Okay. All right. And then I look. So it's a no to OnlyFans. That's not going to happen. No. All right.
Never.
Yeah. Okay. Now, what about the negativity that you mentioned? And I asked this to everyone. How bad has that? How bad has that been? And have you received any death threats?
I have not received any death threats yet, thank God. But I mean, maybe okay. So it was one. The lady said I should stick a needle in my arm and OD. So I guess that's a death threat, maybe.
Yeah. Yeah.
You should stick a needle in your arm and OD. And I was like, okay, first of all, you hate me because you see me on TV and you didn't like what I did. That's your judgment of me. Okay. Even though there's so much more to me than that 15 seconds or whatever you've seen of me in that scene that you didn't like. And, to tell somebody that, stick a needle in my arm and OD, like, that's, thank God I'm strong, because what if I wasn't strong and I'm like, boom, here we go, gone. I mean, you know what I mean?
Yep.
Like, if I wasn't strong like that was like when I first started. Now there's not many, I proved myself to my fans that I am a changed person and everything like that. My YouTubers love me, just love me. I never get any negative comments on my YouTube channel. Twitter, I get some still negative comments. People don't really, huh?
Twitter can be a rough platform.
Yeah, I don't understand. Like, I got Instagram handle. They're like, there's a couple negative, people, but now Twitter is like more, more people are like negative, and I don't understand that, but yeah.
No, and I've been asking that, because some of them are new, because we did radio, last season, and I asked that a lot of times live, just so that people can understand, like, these reality show fans, some of them, they take things so far, and I always ask that so people could see it, where it's like, guys, it's a TV. You don't know. I almost swore. You don't know a damn thing about Lizzie in person. You see, you're like,
yeah,
people like,
it's the
yeah. And I try.
You think what they see on TV, is, I just want to say, a reality TV show means that we're real people.
Yeah.
That's all I'm going to say about that. I'm not going to bash anything, but that's just what it means. We're real people.
Yeah. Yeah. And I'm trying my best to show how extreme these things can get and maybe stop it. So, have you ever seen a show called 90 Day Fiance? It's on TLC.
I have. I actually met one of the girls when I was at the Ho Chunk Casino. I met one of the girls there.
Oh.
That was on it.
Do you remember?
Yeah, she's from Baraboo. I can't remember her name, though.
Oh, you don't remember her name? Okay. But
I don't remember her name. But she lives in Baraboo, and she was on the show.
Baraboo, Wisconsin? Oh, okay. Okay. I know that someone will know the cast member from Wisconsin. So
come on, where is it? Tell us, you guys.
Yeah, I don't know if the super fans are here, but usually I could show them like an eyeball of someone on the screen.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So, but you don't watch the show like Lena?
No.
Is it Lena? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. Lena, yes, it was Lena. Yeah.
I told you. That's it.
Yeah, see? Woo, that was fast. Yep. Yeah, I met her over at Ho Chunk Casino, and like we took pictures and everything. You know, she was a fan of mine. I was like, I'm sorry I didn't watch the show, but you know,
Yeah.
yeah.
They all know now they're right. I don't, you can say anything.
Look, Lena, Lena.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. Um, okay. How is Jasmine?
Jasmine is doing great. Like I said before, you know, I talk to her every day, about a couple hours a day. And I will be seeing her for 4th of July weekend, so I will take pictures. Don't worry, we'll take pictures, tons of pictures.
Where do you see yourself in 10 years from now?
Okay, 10 years from now, I am definitely going to have my nonprofit organization. It's going to be called Elizabeth's Angels. What it is to save the children of child pornography, molestation, and sex trafficking. And so it's going to be really cool. You know, the big thing about it is like, you know, children get hurt every day. A lot of them don't talk about it. And this is going to be a center where we can help them with, you know, therapy, schooling, you know, I mean, if their parents gave them up or whatever, you know, happened, because the world is a horrible place right now. And I just want to save kids. And I'm going to team up with the Humane Society so every child will get an animal. So that way I'm saving animals and kids at the same time. So that's one of my projects that I'm going to be working on in the next year. And then also I see myself, you know, in the next 10 years just basically helping people. I will have my, you know, bachelor's degree, you know, for a drug and alcohol counselor. You know, I will be working in my center, and yeah, I'm going to do big things. I'm going to change the world, or try to.
How difficult is it? I know that you say you're dating someone now. So, I mean, how difficult is it to teach yourself getting off of drugs, getting out of jail, and then trying to get into a healthy relationship? I mean, that has to be incredibly difficult to navigate through. Like in your mind, be like, okay, Lizzie, like, you know, because I think more comfortably, you'd rather be more familiar with a guy that is not good for you, just because it's better, and that, you know. And then you get somebody that's good for you, and you're just like, oh, this is weird. You know what I mean? Like it's uncomfortable.
I usually push them away. If they're good for me, I usually push them away. I'm like, no.
Right.
You know, I was talking to my therapist about this, you know, a while back, and you know, she's like, when something good comes, you don't think you deserve it. And it's true. I've been, you know, abused and hurt so many years. And, you know, when somebody good does come, it's like, why are you being nice to me? Why are you treating me like a queen? I don't deserve that. I'm used to getting slapped around, or you know what I mean? And it's a life changer, like, because you know, my old life, I never thought I deserved anything good. You know, in this life, you know, I got everything on my own. You know, I am, you know, I pay for everything myself. And, you know, it's, you know, in a relationship, that's why I want to go slow with this relationship, because I I'm scared. I'm already scared. You know what I mean? It's only been a couple weeks and I'm already scared because I want to push him away. And you know, like, you know, I talked to a few friends. They're like, "Why would you? He's a great guy. Why would you do that?" I'm like, "I don't know. I just feel like suffocated, and I'm not really suffocated, but that's just me trying to say like you
Genuinely,
don't deserve."
right? Genuinely likes you, and it's uncomfortable, right? I mean, is that,
Yeah.
yeah? Now, what?
Yeah, yeah. You know, you should be a therapist.
But I mean, is intimacy, that has to be a difficult thing too, right? Because I mean, just a healthy form of intimacy, is that something that is? I mean, your sex life and everything, just learning how to do that the correct way with no strings attached, and just out of making, you know, actually making love for love. Is that part of the process?
You know, it's really, really hard not to just bang somebody because that's what I was used to doing.
Yeah.
Um, and it's, you know, like actually taking it to the next level where you're, you know, waking up with them in the morning and you're not drunk or wasted or high. And, you know, it's weird. It is weird because it's awkward. Well, it's awkward for me just because I was used to, you know, always taking some type of drug or stimulant or something in order to, you know, have sex or be provocative or be this person, you know. And here I am now not using any drugs or anything or no stimulants, and it's weird. It is weird. I mean, it's a little scary, you know.
So basically, when you were having sex before, you were not in the right mind. You had to be on a drug to take your mind to another place, right?
Right. And I think it stems from my childhood. You know, I'll be talking about that in my book. I don't really want to get into it on here, but obviously people can, you know, understand or whatever. And so, you know, I think that's why I used drugs for so many years, is to block all that crap.
Yeah. And have you done that since, since this, like these, you've been healthy and sober? Have you had sex with?
Yeah, I haven't used 3 years, 4 months. Today's on the 13th. Yeah, it was the 4 months on the 13th of this month. So 3 years, 4 months.
Okay.
And then how many days? We're bad at math. From the 13th to today, how many days is that, everybody?
Yeah. The
No palace.
math wizards will know. Okay. But you have done that in the 3 years you've had sex obviously without drugs. And was that difficult to kind of, what was that like, if you're okay talking about it?
No, when I first started it, you know what I mean? I was drinking there. I wasn't totally, sober. I started drinking. And you know, I struggled with that for a while because I have the drugs gone. Everything's gone off the drugs, you know what I mean? But I was struggling with alcohol. And then so I just get drunk and then, have sex with, my boyfriend or a random guy. And that wasn't me. That wasn't the new me. You know what I mean? It's, 13 days. Woohoo, I got it. Okay.
Thank God.
So, so yeah, so 3 years, 4 months, and 13 days. So, and yeah, so I was using alcohol in replace for the drug, you know what I mean, in order to be able to, cope with that, like the awkwardness. Because I'm awkward. I'm like straight up like a total geek. I really am. I mean, everybody thinks I'm like, oh, no, I'm not. No, not at all. I get so nervous if I have to talk to a guy. Like, like a month ago, there was a guy at the beach and I couldn't talk to him. I was like, oh no, I can't do it. It's like, he's too cute. Like,
But he approached,
people don't think, like, huh?
did he approach you and start talking to you and you're,
No, I just let it go. I didn't even talk to him. I was too scared.
oh, you,
I know people don't know that about me. Like I get nervous. Like, the normal me, the silver me, I get nervous and I get scared. I'm like, oh my goodness, I can't talk to him. He's too hot.
how did you get the name Lizzie?
Well, it's short for Elizabeth. That's, I guess. I mean, that's about it. I mean, Lizzie, Liz, Elizabeth. I mean, my real name's Elizabeth.
After so many struggles, what is it now that made you successfully get clean and completely change your life?
Well, I was in prison, February 13th, 2017, and I was in segregation, and I had crystal meth on me, and I was waiting for my heroin. And one of my drug dealers, I'll just say BM, I'm not going to say her actual name. So Scott paid $500 for me to get my heroin, and I chopped up the line of crystal meth for me and my bunkie. It was a kind of fat line, so I chopped it up, and I was about to snort it, and I looked at her and I said, I don't want this. And she goes, what do you mean you don't want it? I'm like, I don't know, you do it. So I let her do it, right? And then so I didn't think nothing of it. I really didn't. I just thought that I like heroin better than crystal. I'm going to be getting my heroin. So BM calls and she's like, hey, London. They call me London Bridges because I always fell down. I was a stumbler. And so they say, hey, London, I got that for you. Meet me on the yard. And so I told my bunkie, I said, I don't want it. It's $500 worth of heroin. $500. That's a lot, okay?
Yeah.
In prison. Yeah. And so I told my bunkie, do it on the yard, share it with everybody on the yard. I don't care, but I don't want it. And she's like, what are you talking about? I said, I don't know. I don't know what's going on with me. And so when she left, I started reading my Bible which I had a Bible. I never really used it. You know what I mean? Everybody has a Bible in prison. You just don't use it. And that is where, like, I stopped using drugs. I didn't understand it. Like, you know, and I used to cuss like a sailor. I used to, like, every F-bomb was, you know, I changed my language. Just, I mean, he started working on me on that day when he took my drug addiction away. It was weird. I mean, it's like I never did drugs. I don't get it. Like, I have no urge. I mean, you could put some dope in front of me right now. I wouldn't even like whatever. You know, I mean, I don't have no urge at all, like, to do it. So I'm a miracle right here. This girl's a miracle.
I've heard that. I actually went to school for ministry. I didn't go to school for communication, so I know.
What?
Yeah, I very similar stories, and I'm sure that you have as well. That it's just gone and got
Yeah.
away. So yeah, it's yeah. I totally believe you. I think that that's awesome, and honestly, it's so quick. It's instantaneous. You know, where it's gone instead of these steps, the other steps that don't even really probably work. This is from Kim. Do you still have triggers?
So when I'm writing my book, I started having really bad triggers. Not for the dope, but for alcohol. And so I had to get on naltrexone, just because I was drinking way, like, just my book is very, very hard to do. Like, it's deep, you know.
Sure.
And so I talked to my probation officer. I talked to my therapist, and I said, hey, this is what's going on. I'm drinking way more and everything, and I need your help. And so I started getting on naltrexone. It takes away the urges. So when I do my book and I get into that zone of where I was traumatized, you know, for my whole entire life, I I take one pill a day, and I don't have that urge. I don't have that trigger. I don't have it anymore. So I'm not a pill type of girl, but hey, it works. It's a miracle. It really is.
This is from Angela. I wanted to say this. This is a friend of our show. She wanted to tell you that she's proud of you. So,
Well, thank you so much. Mwah.
um, this was answered. Did she talk to her ex from the show? How long has it been since you've spoken to him?
When I filmed out in California, probably a year and a half, something like that. Like, when was that? Last summer? Was it summer, or probably a year? Yeah, about a year and a half.
Okay. This is fuck, marry, kill anyone else from the show. I don't know if you want to do this game, but you have to
What?
fuck one, marry one, and kill one of your
Oh, really?
members of the show.
Really? Oh my goodness. I don't know if I want to do that. I mean, definitely kill Scott. Let's see, Mary. I don't think I'd ever get married, but
Is there anyone that you would have sex with on the show that you find sexually attractive?
Shane was pretty hot.
Yeah.
Sorry, Lacey. Sorry,
Yeah.
but you know you gotta have a man, okay?
Now, would you ever date Shane if it didn't work out with Lacey and that came up? Like, would that?
No,
No.
no, I wouldn't.
But he's
I
not.
mean, I talked to Lacey. She's cool. You know, she's my girl, and I would never.
Yeah.
I'm not that type of person.
But if you had to choose one to fuck, it would be Shane.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. We have a show late at night called Dom After Dark, and then some of the cast members from the 90 Day Show will come out, or we'll just do it, and they ask crazy questions, and we answer some of them. Yeah. So it spills over sometimes into the interviews. I'm late, but what caused you to get a closer relationship with God? I love your journey. Did you?
I mean, honestly, I just said it. I'm sorry that you're late, but I just said it that God took away my addiction to drugs. And that's what basically got me on the path to move forward with God. I just want to put it out there that I never, ever, ever prayed to God about getting, my drug problem gone. I didn't want it gone. I loved heroin. So, like I said, I'm a miracle, like a straight up miracle. Like, he chose me. Obviously, I got to do good things in the world and, help people out. So.
Do you regret anything from watching your episodes on the show? Do you regret anything when you watched it back?
It's a TV show. That's a lot of people don't realize it's a TV show. I just, I do wish that Scott would have got help, got treatment. I do regret that. He wanted me to stay there in California with him and help him, but he doesn't want to go to treatment. So that kind of was like, and then I got so much bashing for me not staying in California. And I'm just like, really, people? Like, would you stay with an addict and you're trying to get clean yourself? I mean, I was really new in my, in being in my sobriety. I didn't want to take that chance. So, I just, that part, and, there's just, the way I was on the show. I mean, I just got out of prison after doing 10 years, I wasn't, this caring, kind, loving. I just, you know what I mean? It's 10 years after being in prison, and then you got cameras everywhere. Boom.
Yeah. No, I totally understand.
That's the last take in.
This was a nice one. We have so many dramatic, crazy interviews, and this was like a pleasant one. So if you see I don't know if you watch the other interviews on this page. Sometimes they get really wild and crazy and gossipy, but this was a nice one. So we got 30 seconds left. Where can people keep up with you? Where can they find your book? And where can the fans follow you?
Okay, so I have an Instagram, and it's Lizzie Love After Lockup. I have my YouTube channel, it's Lizzie Kommes. I also have a website that's lizziekommes.com. I have merchandise. It's all in your head. Remember that when Scott was tripping balls and it was in his head? It really was. And I also will be working on my book. It's not out yet. I'm still working on it, you guys. It's a tough struggle, but I'm doing it so you guys get to know me better. And I think that's all. That's it. Oh, I got Twitter too. I got Twitter. It's Lizzie Kommes.